This is the baby that I'm delivering to her new owner. Welcome to your new favorite TV show. I'm your muse, Vala. Watch until the end. Get ready to be entertained and inspired. You will also experience spiritual breakthroughs, aha moments. The breakthroughs are going to resonate for some of you. For the big majority, you're going to say, oh, wow, okay, this makes sense. But your life is actually not going to change. And for a select few, it's going to be the seed that I helped you plant that is going to create the inner transformation to this harmonious life you're entitled to have. In this video, I will teach you how to elevate your aura and improve your life, your mindset, and your emotions by tapping into the highest, purest form of hyper feminine energy. Welcome to the vlog. If you're comfortable and unapologetic with your money energy, it's just like a boyfriend that you're flaunting, you know? So I could be here and be like, you know, money. The trauma that happened yesterday doesn't have to define you today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Valladolid Airport. Please keep your seatbelt down, fastened until
To Marrakesh because my two daughters have a birthday party they're invited to because they're only teenagers. So I don't feel comfortable having them travel on their own. So I came with them. Make sure I drop them off at the villa where they have their party, which is about 30 kilometers from Marrakesh. I got a Riad in the center of the Medina because I want some spiritual ingredients. If you don't know, there is a very, not famous, but if you are in my field, energy, esoteric, occult stuff, there's actually a witch market here where you get very rare ingredients, lizard teeth, things of that nature. If you are in this field, you know what I'm talking about. Some of the rarest, still very authentic, not of that new age, new recipes, new mainstream or hoodoo or Wicca, whatever type of stuff. It's really like the most ancient stuff you're going to find in places like this. So anyway, this is why I'm in Marrakesh, replenishing my witch cabinet, so to speak, while my daughters are having fun with their friends. Now let me give you a room tour. Let me show you. The room is quite small, but it's enough for me. This is basically it. I just got this package delivered because I was really down to my last skincare and I need new creams, new everything. This is money because I was just making a video on smelling my money, Moroccan delicacies. Can't travel without my self-life planner. If you remember my book, Addicted to Pleasure, the goddess formula to manifest our most capricious desires, which really ties to the topic of this video, I believe. I love the raw but yet very luxurious finishing. Look at such details. And of course the traditional tiling, which you only find in places like here. Everyone knows her. Meet my own Muse Diamond Potion. The elixir inside is self-obsession. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my website and read about it. Isn't this the most gorgeous, authentic. I'm an old soul. This really heals and nourishes my soul. It is a remembrance for me of ancient times. It's not for everyone, because it's a little bit raw and abrupt, but definitely something I can appreciate. I love anything artisan, craftsmanship. People like modern, people like soulless, people like things that don't have any type of character or identity. If you haven't developed the muscle to appreciate authenticity, this definitely would not be for you. But if you want your regular hotel, which is going to serve you granola and avocado on toast, yes, go to a regular hotel. I am in Marrakesh, so it's been a minute since I have done my infamous smell my money routine on camera. So I thought I would bring you in one of my simplest, powerful way to connect to your money lover. Or let's just say money energy. It's much more simple for anyone who is not acquainted with certain specific terms. This ritual, I do it all the time. When I'm in a different country, I like to do it with the local currency. Because remember, your money energy is what's allowing you to perform your life. It's a jargon that I created myself. Perform your life. The money itself is an enabler unless you create a toxic relationship with it, or unless you were taught to have a toxic relationship with it. Your money energy is a masculine energy as a woman. So it's an energy that allows you to take action with ease and peace. Money is an energy. Smelling your money is a mating ritual with the masculine energy that money is. Everything has its place in divine order, and for cosmic magic to take place, you need to have the dance of the masculine and feminine. God itself created with perfection in mind, balance, equilibrium. When you start being in defense, survival mode, and you start chasing money, and you start feeling an unfair advantage when it comes to money, when you start labeling things and people with money in a toxic or derogatory way, or when you start feeling envy towards people who love to display their love and attachment with their money and display the fact that they're receiving tons of it without having to justify that they're morally worthy or they're intellectually superior. Just money. It's a mating dance. It's the tantra. It's you using your sexual energy in a creative way, and money, this masculine energy, is saying, hey, I'm here as an enabler. I'm here to allow you to open such doors. I'm here to make sure that you live such and such experience. If your experience with money is of I will never have enough, or a programming of I only get enough money to get by, or whatever programming I heard some people have, like money is evil, people with money are evil. If you still have money is evil programming, I mean, come on, are we in 1982? Move on. Where are you? The Middle Ages? They're poor people who are despicable people. They're rich people who are despicable people. They're poor people who have high morality, high spirituality, but never created the seduction dance with money. They don't know how to, or they feel like they are in this life incarnated as a martyr. If you're comfortable and unapologetic with your money energy, it's just like a boyfriend that you're flaunting. So I could be here and be like, money. Now I have to pick it up. I'm flaunting my boyfriend. I'm just like, yeah, I'm blessed. Look how rich I am. It's not to make anyone feel bad about themselves. I mean, I don't care what your experience is. It's my experience that I'm sharing. It's like people put their Facebook status, the photos, saying, I'm engaged, I'm this, I'm that. I don't know what the status people put or what's available on Facebook, but I'm sure that there is a status called it's complicated, or my man is toxic, or my man is non-exclusive. He's sharing with everyone else and I get crumbs, depending on what you have. But it's none of anybody's business to care about your feelings when it comes to showing off their money. Because I'm in Morocco, I'm going to use Moroccan dirhams. Depending on where you live in the world, money has a specific value, but the value really lies in what experience money can buy you, what access you have, what privilege you have based on the money. However, this here, It's just a piece of paper with drawings, graphics, numbers, different, maybe a sigil, maybe whatever. Of course, it's a magic thing. So yes, it's going to have some symbolism. And at the root of it, there's probably a group of people doing some sort of incantations or holding some sort of power. But this is really not the topic of today's video. So maybe you're a Japanese and you go to Thailand, and maybe your Japanese yen is going to hold more value when you go to Thailand because of the actual value of the currency. But does it mean that you're going to have richer experiences than someone who has less currency than you? No, maybe someone who lives in Koh Samui in Thailand has a richer experience, a better acknowledgement of wealth and prosperity, or has a different appreciation of it. Access to certain types of material acquisitions don't necessarily mean that the experience itself is rich, is soul warming or soul enriching. So we're going on experience. That's why it's a mating dance, a seduction dance. All right, long story short, I don't know how much money I have here, but I'm just going to smell my money. I welcome you to do the same. I'm going to put some background music because, of course, this is a private thing. Do you actually make love in public? The answer is no, right? Even the stuff people do on X-rated media or entertainment, that is not love making. Just know that your divinity has left your body the moment you do that. As any intimate act, it is private. I'm going to remove the sound and I'm going to show you maybe 2-3 seconds. This is stuff that I love to do in my private sessions. If you're curious about the different ways you can start this mating dance with your money energy, you know, the dates with your money lover, smelling your money, having different types of experiences, moaning with your money and things like that. You can be a multi-billionaire today. Come to my session and I will teach you how truly enjoyable money is beyond material acquisitions, how it feels, how gratifying it is. Sometimes it's just about pushing you a little bit over this comfort zone to make your journey more balanced and less toxic. If you're interested, this is the type of stuff that we explore one-on-one when you have the privilege to be in a session with me. I guess this is the little gift. I don't know what it is. So this is just a sample size of their Dioradict. Isn't it the cutest thing? And this thing is probably gonna last me a day, but hey, I love gifts. I had a long day. Actually, just arrived, took a shower, and I'm about to eat. I will tell you about my day tomorrow because my food has arrived and I just really want to rest. I'm having a local dish which is native to Marrakesh, which is called a tangia. I should start a video like this. This video is sponsored by Dior. Anyways, playing too much. How do you actually elevate your aura by tapping into your highest hyper feminine essence energy? Good morning. Feeling much better, rested. I think I slept about 10 hours. I really needed this. So I'm going to do my morning routine and we're going to do a little chit chat. There's an ambient noise. Please don't pay attention to it. Pay attention to me. Focus. This video, as always, is going to be the masterclass you desperately needed, even though maybe you didn't know. We're going to be in this secluded space, in this room. Welcome to my channel. 2 things you need to remember from this video. 2 ways to actually elevate your aura, become magnetic. At any age, a woman with access to material, but who never claimed access to her own energy and feminine essence. First thing that's going to elevate your aura by tapping into your feminine energy is by simply subscribing to this channel, watching my videos until the end, clicking on the bell icon, because I make tailor-made content for you. The content that I provide, really no one else gives you. And second, if you want to tap into that feminine essence and you need a hyper-feminine spiritual consultant, book me for a private session. One thing you can't deny is the fact that when you finish watching my videos, you have not one, not two, sometimes multiple breakthroughs. I'm starting with this Dior Prestige lotion, I love it. The first thing you need to remember is that time is an illusion. We live in a pseudo simulation who are living in a fake world. So time is an illusion. You have been so addicted to the trauma of the story of the past that you have yourself. You can't blame anyone else. The trauma that happened yesterday doesn't have to define you today. You're speaking to someone, okay, who has gone through humiliation in a religious setting, someone who as a child went through corporal punishment, so being beaten. People of my color went through historical stages where domination from another type of people ensured that you were kept with your head low by forcefully imposing physical violence, humiliation, and abuse. Some of our ancestors claimed that as the norm, and in order to structure the children, they reenacted theater plays that they saw, just like a movie where you're supposed to beat up your child in order to discipline your child, because this is the only way your child is going to become a decent person. This is exactly what the slave masters told them, and they came to embody this in their cellular system. Talking to someone, once again, who went through years of sexual abuse. I'll make a video about it. And who was actually able to revise all of that and change the trajectory of my life in 3 months by doing exactly the things I teach you. The daily rituals, morning to manifest, the accessing your goddess, the offerings, the honoring of your entities and your deities, with the work that I do every day. Just observing my triggers, healing my triggers, talking to women, doing my life purpose, and enjoying my life. The pleasure principle, this principle that I invented as a spiritual concept, I downloaded it. Please, sorry. That's how I was able to transform my life very fast. Whenever I felt like I hit a plateau, I was like, okay, done with this reality. I'm ready to play with more. I'm ready to experience more. You can actually expand quite fast. It's not that difficult. It's just really by performing your life. So now you're going to implant new memories of a past that you may not have experienced here in the 3D, but if you were to live today as your most fulfilled, dreamy goddess incarnated in the flesh, it would mean that this version of you would have had a different past. If I'm this muse today, it means that my past was the past of the muse. So what do? You revise the past so it becomes the new present. You give the same amount of attention. You become as obsessed, as addicted to the past by quantum jumping, tapping into that past of the dream version of myself, which even though I have not experienced in my current 3D, it's a simulation. You just have to, in your imagination, in your daily rituals, be committed to performing your pleasure-based, highly entitled, but from the inside, life. This is the hyaluronic pen or hyaluronic shot. Just very easily you put this here. 2, in order to elevate your aura by tapping into your most hyper feminine energy. You need to constantly be on what I call the pleasure principle. You have been mistakenly invoking the wrong type of goddess energy. And then you're going to invoke this goddess energy, and then you're going to go at it like, I'm going to do this because I want to get that. This is highly masculine. And then I'm adding this one here. Just to give you a little background, this cream, I acquired it a couple of days before arriving here in Marrakesh. We spent the Labor Day weekend in Saint-Tropez, and while strolling the small streets of Saint-Tropez, I discovered this very charming boutique that sold things like candles, interior perfumes, and they also have a niche skincare line, which is entirely locally made in Saint-Tropez. I'm gonna use this scoop here by Dior. I am already a goddess before my incarnation. My purpose was always, I'm residing in that other realm, already living and flourishing and lavishing all day. This is already who I am. So of course, this is going to be me teaching you how to do this in this incarnation. I can never, ever teach you mathematics, engineering. What I'm good at is pull out the hidden, misused, misplaced sexual energy that is there in you, turn it into the creative powerball that it's supposed to be, to catapult your life experience into enjoyment, euphoria, pleasure, fulfillment. And this is something that is very, very precious. You've been invoking the wrong goddess. You've been thinking, I want this goddess energy. What you're really saying is that you want the goddess of beauty, sex, opulence. You've been invoking your warrior goddess without knowing it, your wild goddess, Shakti energy. She's wild in her vulnerability, in her creativity. It has to feel ethereal. You still have to be able to go in any type of setting and be recognized as your goddess. The moment it is chaotic, it means you're taking it out of conflict and struggle. So I arrived yesterday, and I have to say, this city, the energy is really something that I love. I brought my planner, of course. As you know, I am my own goddess Daikini. Every single product I bring to you, whether it is the meditations, the books, the lectures, the potions, I am my number one client, because it's not just about quick gimmicks, it's a lifestyle for me. Journaling is something I commit to, just like the devotional goddess that I tap into. Devotion means showing up every day for myself, even when it's not convenient. And I have to say, today is actually a perfect day. I would have had no excuse if I decided to skip my journaling. I designed every page to bring you back to your feminine self-leadership. It's not about forced, hustled, masculine boss lady energy. Everything is about pleasure, fulfillment, and softness. When I write, it's not about manifesting. You know I don't like that word because it means nothing at this point, because people have just corrupted it by putting in their own false, flawed, scarcity-based beliefs to it. It's about transforming. I'm anchoring into the version of myself who already lives in ease. I connect with her. And whenever there is a discomfort, I've included pages like challenges of the week, feedback, revision, discomforts when it comes to money or relationships. I've included the Friday goddess yoni ritual, mirror magics, and all of that stuff. So you have no excuse but to lean onto daily alignment and emotional clarity. This is my version of hyper feminine success. Not doing more, but becoming more by being consistent in the things that make you thrive from the inside out. And the rest, your life, has no choice but to catching up. In the realm of mystical activities, anything that has to do with energy, it's very important that you have some sort of authorization. You can't just take any client. You can't help any client unless you've been called to, not as in, oh, I want to, but as in, I was shown. And for us, the only way you can know for sure is when you do your initiations. I have clients from around the world, so the Middle East and South Asia, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Doha, Singapore, Malaysia, India. Of course, I have clients in Europe and clients in the United States. I even have clients in places like Hollywood. We're not messing around with people's energy. Anyone who's interested in the more raw, ancestral, esoteric, spiritual, ritualized type of practice, you go get my spiritual course. Majority of people are too arrogant to admit that they don't know. This is the stuff that is taught to us by elders. As a master potion maker myself, come and I gather the ingredients. This is in this bag what I collected. I'm going to pack it very, very intentionally in my suitcase so that it arrives in the pristine condition that it's supposed to. So I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you do, click the like button and click on the notification bell if you want to be notified when I post my next video. My next video is going to be about celebrity energy. Okay, now I want you to pause the video, close your eyes, put your hands, palms onto your heart, press onto your heart, and start breathing intentionally through your heart, and listen to the voice of your goddess and what she wants to tell you now. And then I want you to write it down in the comment section, what you heard, what you felt, what trigger maybe came to the surface, so that we can all share the blessings of the collective connecting to their innermost divinity. Right now, you have a subconscious, unknown, probably addiction to trauma and to experiences and circumstances and interactions and encounters and people that make you feel miserable. So you turn into compulsive luxury and material acquisitions, and this need to rush into things that make you feel instant gratification. And let's not forget the need to impress other people so that you feel important. This is a trauma response behavior. I'm going now to the Medina. I was recommended a guide, so I will see whether, there's a guide, and maybe he will even agree to appear on this vlog. Hello. So this is Mohammed. This is the guide I was recommended. I am doing the voiceover because the Jemma Efnab market, which is at the Medina of Marrakesh, is a very busy, lively, noisy place. There's a lot of commotion, a lot of people, a lot of music coming literally from all directions. These are some of the shots from this evening. It would have been a completely different experience if it weren't for this incredible guide, Mohammed. Mohammed is the go-to person for anyone visiting Marrakesh because he's based in Marrakesh, but he also travels all around the country. He really is enamored with his country. The way he speaks about Morocco shows the passion he has. He handles people traveling solo, people traveling in small but also big groups, families, friends, even though his business is on TripAdvisor. So you can see the reviews that people left on him. And especially as a foreigner, even though a lot of people speak English, it's still more comforting to have someone you can trust, to feel that people are not taking advantage of you. But with Mohammed, he's going to speak to the artisans, speak to the sellers, negotiate prices for you. If you want to dive into the souks, explore the artisan scene, find the best food spots as well. And even if you want to buy handmade furniture or designer clothes, he's got you covered. Like I said, he doesn't just stop at Marrakesh. He organizes trips, places like Essaouira, Ouarzazate, the Atlas Mountains, and everything is sort of more on a luxury, comfort, glamping, so to speak. So we're talking private drivers, boutique riads, yes, people at your beck and call to make sure that you have the best time.
Bonsoir, good evening. Today we are with most amazing girl in France. Very kind, very nice, smiling, everything.
He organizes the trips. He connects you to real Moroccan families in small towns where you're literally being cooked for by grandmothers, sharing meals with the locals, but with all the comfort that you want. I am back in my Riad. I'm actually waiting for a couple of friends of mine from my country, Gabon. They're coming over because it's very late. We decided to stay and eat here instead of going to the city again. I'm not sure if my friend want to be seen on camera, so if they're discreet, I will not show them, but I will share the meal and I will share the ambiance. These are cinnamon. They're my favorite. Even where I live, I go to the Moroccan special store to get them where they make it by hand. This was my outfit check. I am going for a tea time at a hotel called Riad, but I have to stop by the best, in my opinion, drink in the world, juice in the world, and it is sugarcane juice. We have it back home in my country, we have it here. They have great ones in Thailand as well. So yes, little juice before heading to the tea time. Pure sugarcane with a little bit of lemon. It's a shame they don't have ginger. Bring it to a whole nother level. I'm going to enjoy beautiful pastries, multiple pastries. Most women think they can tap into their goddess energy by mindset work. Even your psychotherapist, even your coach doesn't know how to access goddess energy. Your male shrink hasn't seen a positive male figure in their life, loving a woman properly, pampering a woman properly, lavishing over a woman properly, spoiling a woman properly, babying a woman properly, and most likely your woman coach or your female shrink has not been babied properly, pampered properly, spoiled properly, lavished over properly. They're going to tap into the trauma and the psychological things and never grasping what goddess energy is. You can only do it by knowing how to invoke this essence within you through sacred hyper-feminine rituals. Because the truth is, if you're from a very traditional, very patriarchal, strict background, the likelihood that you have experienced the unconditional love, meaning love that is not tied to your accomplishments, Excellent.
Excellente dégustation, madame.
Merci.
Excellente dégustation.
Shukran. The reward-based love is conditional. If you have good grades, if you win the horseback riding competition, if you make it president of the chess club, if you're the prettiest daughter, you have this programming of, if I don't do this, I don't deserve love. If I'm not trading something that I am, I don't deserve love. Or you have other parents, higher ranking, where you get overly rewarded for nothing. Parents completely quit their job as parents. They consider the fact that if you have the best nanny, the best school, you have access to wealth, you can binge on shopping. It relieves them from their responsibility, their duty as parents, which is still to put structure and boundaries. Then you feel that emptiness is the norm, and you have the role model of a mother who compensates for the lack of presence and affection and deep felt soul shared intimacy, and she trades it for shopping, she trades it for hanging out with friends with whom she's for the most part in a secret unspoken competition. This is the experience you have of love, which is not unconditional. For many of my Western clients, usually it's a story of neglect. Parents who are struggling themselves and who are going to expose that to the children, because in Western cultures, there's this thing about overly expressing yourself. You always have to say what's on your mind. You have to be yourself. Creates chaos. The child only knows parents who are not role models, parents who do not know how to love themselves. So how can they love you? Of course, I'm over exaggerating, but this is my assessment from doing this for over 22 years and having met a plethora of people. Moroccan minty is so exquisite. The reason why I started doing private session is because I realized that clients had a lot of issues. You know, when you buy my potions, you have one session with me. The first session is to instruct you on how to use the potion, how to handle the potion, answer any questions about the potion. Where do you put the potion? Let's look over your daily routine to incorporate the feminine ritual practices. So you merge with the potion and you see this inner transformation, this inner harmony. I realized that many of my clients really needed healing, sexual energy transmutation, even sometimes sexual energy de-armoring if they had experienced any type of trauma, if they were blocked, numb in their energy. A lot of them even told me that they had gone through therapy. If you can just hop on a private session with me. 10 out of 10. Why do I need a potion? You may ask yourself. The potion is the tool. The private session is a premium service.
Mini bava avec de crème de vanille.
J'ai hâte pour la suite.
Merci beaucoup.
Forêt noire
avec de crème de vanille de Madagascar et cerise. Régalez-vous, madame.
Merci. Ça c'est bon avec les msemen.
Exactement. Bon remarque, madame.
Okay, everyone knows the British scones. I guess this shape is the Moroccan version of it. This is already perfect as it is. I have a lot of pastries left, but I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna take a walk back. I'm not gonna take a taxi. Help my digestive system a little bit. Okay, it is the gift that keeps on giving. I was about to leave, but he said that it's not over. C'est... Merci
À votre
beaucoup.
service.
Au revoir. Ça va? Ça va bien. See, my potions are like, imagine you bought a Lamborghini and you don't have a driver's license. The Lamborghini would still be a monster of the latest technology, the latest aesthetics when it comes to design. This status symbol also of the ultimate access to luxury that most people can't even dream of having. It's a little bit the same with my potion. When you get my potions and we hop on a call or when I have a meeting one-on-one with you, it is a premium service that comes with acquiring such a precious item. Because if you're addicted to your masculine traits, if you're holding on to dear life, to past stories that justify why you are the way you are and why you're not able to be free from any sort of mental block, therefore you are reenacting this self-inflicted victimhood through the encounters you're going to have with your loved ones, your close ones, people with whom you have interactions. And when you hold on to the belief that this is just the way it is, I told you that I am my number one client. Time for a potion touch-up. I love doing potion touch-ups throughout the day. The same way you're going to do perfume touch-ups, or you're going to go to the bathroom and fix your hair, or maybe you're going to change outfits. We tend not to dress contextually, meaning that I'm going to go to that place and everyone dresses that way to go there, therefore I'm going to copy. We don't really work like that. It's very good to associate it with an actual physical pleasure. For example, here I have a virgin mojito, right? I applied my potion. The potion is working already, it's magic, but I'm going to take a sip of this sweet drink. So it's going to connect the ethereal to the physical. Creating this association is very, very important. So your brain cells on a subconscious level know that grip on an association of, oh, okay, pleasure, okay. This is pleasure. We want her to feel sweetness and juiciness immediately. And then if you can, you moan. Let me show you. So good. So see, you don't have to think, what is pleasure? I don't have to over-exaggerate the moaning. I love sweet things, and it is sweet and it is good. So the moaning would have come naturally anyways. But now, on a subconscious level, you're not fighting against the energy of the potion. The analogy of the Lamborghini. You get the Lamborghini, and because you don't have a driver's license, you're going to do it step by step, by little things like that. Come with me to the hammam. So I am back from Marrakesh, where I was able to source the remainder of my spiritual ingredients. I source my products from around the world, only from the greatest natural sources. Let me know in a comment below if you would like to know the spiritual significance of each of the ingredients that I am using. The potion today is self-obsession. It's one of the 3 base formulas which I customize for my clients. As a woman, you're able to take center stage in your life, to claim your powers and your influence in this world. This is a great potion for someone who evolves in the public eye, someone who wants to connect with the energy of influence, popularity, fame, someone who has duties towards a big group of people, someone who is in a position of high leadership, like I said, when people expect a lot from you. It could be because of your family duties, duties towards your community. I just finished at the doctor. It is raining in Monaco. Well, kinda. I have to run some errands because I just arrived 2 days ago. Don't be surprised. The website is going to change and my prices are going up. At this point, I am now working more, so it seems that my prices are not prohibitive enough. It's going to be even more exclusive. This is a great potion for an entertainer, a mogul, a philanthropist, someone whose image is going to be seen, remembered, and when your hyper feminine energy is not in full alignment, you may feel like you're suffocating from all of the duties. I am done with my errands. I'm a little bit hungry, so I think I'm gonna stop by a little place to get a snack. You may feel overwhelmed or have imposter syndrome when it comes to your ability to perform the tasks that are needed from you. You may feel too small to perform at the high level at which you're expected to perform. You may feel that you have let down those who expect or hope things from you, from maybe your family who have put pressure on you to perform at a certain level of leadership, or your followers or your fans who have put so much hope in you showing up a certain way that you feel that you're disappointing them. You receive a lot of backlash, a lot of hate. You also experience intimacy with men as either men who show up to you as inferior to you. This is a feeling that you have, that they're inferior to you. Men who are resentful of your status, or men who are going to make you feel that whatever your aim is, whatever your stature is, it's unnecessary, childish, foolish. Basically, what are you trying to prove? The activation process This potion is a tribute to how magnificent a woman should feel from the inside out. My goal is that my client truly experiences what it means to vibrate in the most elevated, hyper-feminine frequency, the goddess frequency. Your aura should glow and be magnetic. I want my potions to touch women who are ready to be unapologetically magnificent, opulent, protected, and in touch with their ethereal self, which here in this world where we live is a true luxury. The world, people, circumstances can be harsh, and somehow you can lose yourself in worldly, material circumstances, duties, responsibilities, validation from the outside, and you will most likely lose yourself, not knowing what it truly feels to be in harmony and happy. The potion is a glimpse of heaven experienced here on earth.
So intimacy in such situations are never harmonious because you can't show vulnerability, because you end up having your boyfriend, partner, husband on a male energy to male energy interaction, in which case you cannot express vulnerability, you cannot express your sexual creativity, you cannot express how passionate and even wild you can be because of this general feeling in your life as being scrutinized, and you end up faking performance, feeling completely drained of your energy, and never thriving as a hyper feminine, highly and harmoniously sexual and juicy while still being at the top of your performance.